Welcome to Crafty Little Beach. This is Julie. Today I have a Dollar Tree DIY for you. I found this little vase in the crafter square at Dollar Tree. It's an unfinished ceramic, but I thought it looked just like a beehive or a bee skep, and I thought this would be a really cute little vase to make. It's kind of on the smaller size, so think a cabinet, a tier tray, something like that. It would be really cute, and it's unfinished ceramic. I want the white color on there, but I also need to seal it since it is an unfinished ceramic. And I'm just doing that with some matte Mod Podge to seal that rough ceramic so that I can go over and distress it more. I want to make it look brown and distressed, kind of like a beehive would look. So I did go over it with a couple of coats of Mod Podge, drying in between. I just wanted to make sure it was really sealed. I know that the ceramic items like this from the Dollar Tree can be a little bit hard to paint. And I'm not necessarily going to paint it, I'm going to more distress it. And I didn't want to paint it white since it's already white. So a couple of coats on there, and the way that I'm going to distress it is some Antique Wax by Waverly. I kind of struggled a little bit on this. I'll end up showing you what worked a little bit better. I started going in like side to side like this, which made it a little bit challenging with all of the ridges on there, but I just went ahead and went over the entire vase with some of that Antique Wax by Waverly, and my plan is to wipe a lot of that off and leave a distressed finish. So I've got pretty good coverage there. Let me go ahead and do the top as well, so don't forget that. And then I went in with a baby white. Now, the problem with this, I don't know, maybe I sealed it too well. Most of it came off. I did get like a light distressing, but I want it to be a little bit more distressed, but I've already kind of started that process. So I went ahead and used my wipe all over, and I'll just add some more Antique Wax by Waverly. I tried again to add like another coat here and just to stress it a little bit more all over, wiping it off with a baby wipe again, but I kind of got the same result. So I changed it up and decided to go up and down like this. And that was the trick to distressing this with the shape of the outside of the vase. And see how much better that worked? And I did still kind of, wipe it with my baby wipe and distress it. I just want even coverage all over and kind of sponging it on instead. And that's the look that I was going for. And maybe I sealed it too well. But this is the look I was going for. I'm just making sure that it is evenly distressed all over. You can always add more. And then a little bit more here on the top. Now, the Antique Wax by Waverly, when you use it like a paint like this, is a little bit harder to dry. I gave mine a little bit of assistance with my heat gun to get it started drying, and it actually dried faster than I thought it would because I do want to go in and paint it a little bit more. I want like an opening in the beehive or bee skep, so I just use a black paint pen and I'm going to do a circle. So I kind of like sketch out where I kind of think the circle is going to go and try to draw a circle on there. It doesn't really matter if you get a perfect circle because as you're filling that in with paint, you can always kind of reshape your circle a little bit. Circles are hard, especially on a surface like this. And I'm just going to go with in there. I'm trying not to disturb any of the Antique Wax by Waverly, but the Posca pens in general work really well. So my circle is not super symmetrical. So once I got it on there, I did kind of go around the edges, try to make it look a little bit more like a circle if I can. And we're also going to add some bees to this before we add our spring florals. I think that looks really cute. I'm going to use those same wooden beads that I got on Amazon. I have got those before at Dollar Tree. Have any of you guys seen them at Dollar Tree this year? I have not found them, but somebody may have wiped them out before I got there. And they do have little stickers on them, but for crafting, I like it to be a little bit stronger, so I just peel those off, add a little bit of hot glue. I find that that works a little bit better. And I'm going to scatter them around the beehive like they are coming into the beehive, kind of in a random pattern, wherever I think one looks really good. I was trying to decide if I usually like to work with odd numbers, so I was thinking 3, but then I went in and decided to add 4 because I thought they looked really cute. And we're going to do a nice spring flower in this vase to kind of go with the bee theme. I really like using yellow flowers if I can, or white and yellow flowers with bees. I think it really goes well with the theme. and looks really cute for spring. So I think 4 is definitely enough. It's looking really cute. I've made a similar beehive vase like this with Dollar Tree rope in a previous DIY video, a much larger version of this. This is kind of a smaller scale. And I think this vase I found at Dollar Tree works perfectly. So I just put a little bit of sand there in the bottom of my vase. And I found these little mini daisies that are yellow and brown. So I think they're perfect for the bee theme. I'm just going to cut them apart, making sure to leave the greenery on them, kind of just scooting that up. And we're going to fill this all the way up. I probably didn't need to use all of them, but I wanted it to be nice and full. So I went ahead and used them all. I have so many extra florals in my crafting stash. I really need to use them all sometimes. And that looks really cute. I'm going to give them a little blow dry to make sure that they are not bent and they're looking their best. And here it is, our little beehive or bee skep vase. I think is perfect. When I saw this vase at the Dollar Tree, this is exactly what I saw. And I just love how it turned out. So let me give you a little close-up view of our little beehive vase. Those little bees from Amazon are really cute, and I think they really add to it. Isn't that adorable? It's not very big.